welcome to Cooking with Will, and today I will be preparing a chicken. We're going to be boiling chicken. This is kind of a dumbed down version of a Hainanese chicken recipe, but once you get the basics of that, you can add whatever you want, or find your own Hainanese chicken recipe. Online, there's tons, and they're usually pretty simple. It just takes a lot of timing control and heat control on the boiling part, and you can make that a lot easier when you have a meat thermometer, in which I have as well. So right now, what we're going to do is some recipes actually call for keeping some of these parts together, but I actually like to remove them because they can cook at different times. So you bought a whole chicken, and it's got the legs and the wings and the head all attached. And what you want to do is you want to remove the feet first. And the easy way to do that is just to break it at the joint. And once you have that kind of removed, you could start cutting through the connective tissue. And then you have your chicken legs, chicken feet, which are great as the starter for your soup base. So what you want to do is you want to put these guys in first, so you extract as much of the collagen and the calcium from them as much as possible, because we don't want to waste anything. If we're going to be eating meat, you want to use all of it. Respect the animal. And so what else I like to do is just make a slight incision over here, cut down here, just to separate the thighs just a little bit, give it a little bit more room. And I also like to, you don't have to do this, but some people like to cut off the chicken butt because it's got a lot of fat to it. So you could do that if you want, but you can see how much fat there is in this chicken butt, which I tend to skim off anyhow, but some people like the fat, so it's up to you. Now you gotta kind of deal with the head. Now, my mom always taught me that you should throw the chicken head and neck away, because that's where they inject the chickens with whatever growth and antibiotics, and it kind of stays in the head. You should always throw it away. This is one of the times I actually do listen to my mom. I do throw it away. It also creeps my wife out, so sometimes I have it lying around so that she can see it and creep her out. But no, I throw this away too. The neck does have a lot of bones in it, a lot of collagen, a lot of calcium, so it's nice to use in the soup the soup itself. But yeah, it's not exactly the most attractive thing to have in your soup. If you want to use all of it, that's great. But what my mom says about the antibiotics and what they inject in the chicken from the neck also kind of creeps me out. So that is why I throw it away. So I'll set that aside. I'll throw it away. And another thing I like to separate out is the actual wing. Now, a lot of recipes call for keeping the actual chicken together as one bird when you stick it into the boiling water. But the reason why I like to separate out is whenever I go out for Hainanese chicken, the wing, I actually love chicken wings, but like when you have Hainanese chicken, because it's boiled together, the wing actually cooks at a different time than the rest of the chicken because it's smaller, right? And because of that, the wing always turns out very dry to me. So what I do is I actually remove it in the beginning, and when the breast is almost ready, the rest of the chicken is almost ready, I throw the chicken wings in so that the timing's just right. So these guys cook at relatively the same kind of appropriate time so it doesn't dry it out. Now, to remove the chicken wings, what I like to do is, again, I break it from the joint, as you can see here. And once some of the joints kind of been separated, you've dislocated the actual wing, and you've torn into some of the flesh. You get cut from the connective tissue, and you get like a really nice cut there, instead of hacking through the bone, which can splinter the bone, and it's not very nice to eat. So now we have the whole chicken here, without the wings or the feet, and you can start seasoning it now. I'm just gonna wash my hands. And I'm gonna get about a tablespoon of salt, sprinkle all over the chicken. And I'm just gonna give it a good rub. Give it a good almost like you're exfoliating the chicken. What's great about this recipe is that not only do you get really juicy chicken out of this in a really easy way, you're not adding any additional oil into the cooking process, which is also nice. And on top of that, you get a really nice soup too at the end of it. And it's got a lot of freedom for you to, once you've learned how to do this and get the timing of the chicken right, you could really add any ingredient. It's the basics for any like chicken soup. So that's kind of nice. And chicken soup's a great basic soup to have for any kind of TCM recipe. Like you just add chicken to it, and it's just good. I actually kind of like using sheng di huang and shu di huang in soup with chicken. It gives it quite a nice flavor, very rich flavor. So I've kind of rubbed the salt all over the chicken, and I've actually gone under the skin too with some of the salt, so that I could get into the meat a little bit more. And then I'm just gonna let this marinate a little bit for about. You could leave it overnight, which is kind of nice. You'll really get the salt into the meat, but I think about like 5 hours or so should be good for the chicken. And after that, after the marination is complete, then I'll start cooking it. Another thing that you can do is just go wash my hands again, just to give it that added ginger flavor that we're trying to come after. Is I'm gonna slice ginger up really thin, and then I'm going to crush the chicken. Sorry, the ginger in my hand, and let it marinate into the meat a little bit too. So here I've got a raw piece of ginger. Give it a little wash to get the dirt off of it, or whatever residual dirt. And I'm just gonna cut into it. I probably should have used a different surface to cut that on, but I'm going to be using the rest of it anyhow. So you got a big piece of ginger. I'm just going to cut it really thin right now. Please don't make fun of my knife skills. They're not great. I'm just a home cook. So I got a few slices of ginger here, thin, and I could just squeeze some of the juice off of it onto the chicken. And I'll give that a bit of a rub and get it inside the skin as well. Get it quite fragrant. And then we're just gonna stuff the inside of this chicken with the ginger. Use the rest of this. So I'm just cutting up the ginger to increase the surface area so that we can get the maximum amount of flavor off of it. Again, this is like the way I do it. Like, it's not necessarily the most traditional or maybe not even the best way, but it's the best way I found. And that's all I'm sharing. All I'm saying, all I'm sharing. I've heard better ways to do it, but you know, here I am. So I've got the ginger in. And what else I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put some green onion in the butt as well. So here's some green onion that my mom grew in the garden. And I'm just going to cut it up. And I'm going to put it inside the chicken. So green onion that you just pluck from the garden. I encourage anyone to grow green onion. They're really easy to grow, and you don't really have to get a plant because you just go to like whatever supermarket you have and that's nearby, and you get green onion. And I swear to God, you you just eat the top bit, right? But you leave enough of the white bit with the roots, and you just plant it in dirt, and it just bloody grows. It's awesome. So I just squeeze some of the juice out of the green onion, the raw green onion. And like I said, when you grow in the, as I was saying, when you grow it in the garden, what happens is when you cut it fresh, it still has an enormous amount of juice inside. Like so much so that when you cut it, like the juice of the green onion actually flows out, and it's very sweet, very nice. Very delicate in flavor, and I'm using that to marinate the chicken some more. Just gonna put these guys in. Don't want to waste anything, except for the neck. I know, bad will. You just said don't waste and respect the animal, and then you go ahead and you throw away the bloody neck and the head. Well, I gotta respect my mom too, right? Gotta listen to some of the stuff that she says. But yeah. So here, it's a shame you can't smell videos. I'm sure one day they'll figure it out. But the chicken's actually quite fragrant right now with all the green onion and the and the ginger that I put in it so far. And once I've stuffed it, it's good to sit in the fridge for about 5 hours. And at that point, once it's finished the marinating process, I can boil it. And that would be, I suppose that would be part 2 of the video. And here we are. The chicken is kind of more or less marinated right now. As a last kind of bit, all I'm going to do is I just need to give it a light dusting of white pepper, because I like white pepper. It kind of gives it a little bit of spiciness, and I find that white pepper kind of preps the stomach a little bit, especially if you've got like a more coldness in the stomach. White pepper is really great for that. It's also got like a bit of I find that it has a bit of a sweetness to it. and it works really well with the green onion and the ginger as well. So here we are, the marinating process of this this dish, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, I'll see you for part 2.